Back in it like we never left. What's up, crew? Yeah, I got Instagram over here on one screen. We got YouTube. We got Twitch, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Did I say Twitter already? I don't know. But we there. We're all over the place. We're worldwide. Mr. Worldwide. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to a little agency therapy session. Excited for it today. We got a little onboarding coming at you guys, but before we jump in, gotta cover the basics. You guys know the rules, okay? If you guys need access to the Miro board, come grab it. Come snag it. It's worth it. Free value right here for you guys. So I'm going to drop it in the live stream for you guys. If you're watching on Instagram, you got to jump over to the live stream. It's worth it because you guys are going to get a lot of value from the live stream. And don't get me wrong, the Instagram live is pretty dope, but way more valuable if you jump over to the actual live stream. If you guys are in the chat, say what's up. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's get it rolling today. We got a couple cool things happening over the next few months. We're traveling a lot. We got Hydra Council coming up. If you guys haven't grabbed your Hydra Council ticket, man, you should grab one. You should come hang out with us. It'd be super fun. April 28th and 29th. If you guys want to come to Hydra Council, or you're interested in coming to Hydra Council and want to learn more information on it, scan the QR code in the top left corner. That's the best place to learn about it. If you guys want to jump in our Discord community or our Facebook group, I'll throw those up on the screen real quick. There's our Discord community. You can scan that boy and come hang out with us there. Ask some questions. We get active in our Discord group. And then our newest and latest, our Facebook group. If you guys want to jump into the Facebook group, you're more than welcome to come hang out there. What's up, Tanner? Tanner, you should jump over into the YouTube live. Okay. Got a little agency therapy going right now. I dropped some links in the chat. Tanner, hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Here, let me drop you the link if you want to come join us on agency therapy. Cool. You guys were chatting onboarding today. I hope you guys are ready. It's going to be a little bit shorter one today, which is okay. Normally these are about an hour long. We're going to go a little shorter. So if you guys have questions, anything that you guys need, we can answer those questions as we go along. If you're new to agency therapy, welcome. We're excited to have you here. We do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So put it on your calendar. Make it a recurring thing, okay? What are we covering today? A little bit of onboarding clients for your social media marketing agency, SMMA, as all the gurus like to say. I'm just rhyming today. All right. So let's jump in, do a little share screen, get you guys your value, and then you can go to dinner, you can go get your workout in, whatever you guys need to do for the rest of the day. But I got to show you the good stuff today. So guys, this is the Miro board. If you guys haven't been here before, make sure you guys get access to this. It's super valuable. Okay. A lot of different trainings in here, a lot of free value, a lot of templates, a lot of tools that you can download directly into your agency to help you guys scale to your first 6, 7, even 8 figures. These are principles that we used inside of our agencies, and I think they'll be helpful for you. So you can grab those. I should really make that to a QR code. That would be ideal. What's up, Conan? Tanner jumped over. Let's go, my dude. Who the heck is the conversation? The conversation. He said, be back in 5. Sounds great, man. Zuper, welcome back. Zuper came back to agency therapy. You love to see it. This is the format now, man. This is how we do it. We do it live. Get you guys everything that you need right here. So if you guys have questions, I want you guys to start building your questions now. That way we can answer the questions at the end of the live stream and we don't have to think about all the questions. So start thinking of your questions now. We're talking onboarding today, but at the end of the live stream, we can bring you guys up on the stream. You can ask questions in chat, whatever you guys need. So think of those right now as I'm going through today's lesson, and you guys can ask questions. Sean, first live. Let's fucking go. Love it. Love to see it, man. Welcome to the stream, man. And while you guys are here, don't forget to like, subscribe on the channel. Man, it's super helpful to reach other people and to give this for free, okay? And give people all the value, okay? So let's go ahead and hop into it today, guys. We got some SMMA software recommendations for you guys today for your onboarding process. So if you guys aren't familiar, we're huge fans of ClickUp. If you guys are wanting to get the most value out of this live stream, ClickUp's the place you kind of have to be honest. It's gonna we have a lot of copy and paste templates that you guys can utilize inside of your agency. So we recommend ClickUp. You can use other stuff as well. Not a huge not a huge thing if you don't use ClickUp. You can use Asana, you can use Monday.com. This is just the project management of our choice, ClickUp. And if you sign up with this link here, you actually save 20% discount on your monthly subscription to them, which is kind of cool. And then I get paid off of it too. Let's go. It's not much, I can tell you that. But anyway, that's there for you guys to get ClickUp. If you're already signed up with ClickUp, unfortunately, I don't think you can transfer this discount over. But if you're new or on a free plan and you sign up with this code, dude, you're going to get a 20% discount. So that's pretty nice. Okay. Save on that OpEx. Slack, definitely recommended for this. Some sort of payment processor. We use Stripe currently. We're looking at making a change because, man, they really just get you with all the processing fees. And then maybe some Zaps if you're not using today's training, you will not need to use Zaps at all. But if you're using Asana or if you're using Monday, you might have to use Zaps. I don't know totally their integrations, but basically a lot of this training today would be based off of ClickUp. So let's hop into it. Let's get it started. So, first thing that I want to cover today, and we're going to do a live stream specifically on standard operating procedures, systems, processes, all that stuff at some point in time. I just wanted to quickly cover a little bit of the basics of processes versus systems versus standard operating procedures, or SOPs, as I'll call it from here on out, and what the difference is of each, because this is the point in our agency process that we're going to start systemizing the business and starting to put some process, a little bit more systems, SOPs in place. Because so far we've just been kind of laying foundations, and now we're going to start potentially building some systems. And so onboarding is one of the first systems that we're going to build within the agency. So I want you guys to have a good idea of the difference between process versus systems versus SOPs. So keep that in mind here. Okay. So let's cover processes first, or process. What is a process versus a system versus an SOP? Well, process is a series of steps or actions taken to achieve some sort of specific outcome. So what does that mean exactly? Well, we're thinking like a high level overview. We're thinking like a 30,000 foot view of a specific part of our business. So onboarding, for example. Okay. We probably have in the back of our mind some sort of process, onboarding process in the back of our mind that is at a high level. We know the steps that will reach our outcome. Okay. So step by step that will reach that outcome. Now, a system is a collection of interrelated components that work together to achieve some sort of goal or function. Okay. Collection of interrelated components that work together to achieve some sort of goal or function. Think incorporating decisions in this specific part of the system, software, people. It's going to be a little bit more in depth than a process. Okay, so process, high level, system, more intertwined into the business. You're thinking decisions, software, and people are intertwined inside of a system. And this will make more sense as we go a little bit deeper today. And then lastly, we got standard operating procedure. Yo, what's up? Triple Whale Network in the building. What up, though? Ryan David in the building. What's up, guys? If you guys want to join us on Agency Therapy, we're live right now. Come hop in. Come hop in. All right. So SOP, standard operating procedure, a set of written instructions or guidelines that outline the steps to perform a specific task or operation. So think step-by-step guide for any human interaction needed, right? So these are the step-by-step instructions to deliver a part of a system, right? So we might have, a specific onboarding step that has a standard operating procedure involved in it. Cool. Let me know if that makes sense in the chat. Drop a couple ones in the chat if you guys are vibing with that. All right. I just keep rhyming today. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? All right. So moving up. So where do we start? Well, you guys, you have to understand, first of all, that this is one of the most crucial pieces of your business right here. The crucial pass off between sales and onboarding. Okay. Sales to onboarding, absolutely crucial. You have to get this dialed in. Otherwise, you're going to start your client relationship off on the worst possible footing ever. Okay. So with that being said, get this dialed in. This is really important for you guys. So from the time that the client agrees to work with us, they sign the agreement, they pay, what happens? That's what we have to start thinking of. And hey, guess what? We can use a little chat GPT to start designing some of the wire framework or the wireframe to work off of. So if you guys aren't using chat GPT for almost everything inside of your business right now, I would recommend getting on the wave. It's going to, one, help you guys immensely find answers quickly to what you're trying to do, but also, we can give it all these crazy prompts that will allow us to build systems, processes, all right, SOPs for our business, and it's in a snap of a finger, and it's going to take so much work off of your plate. Okay, so this is just a quick prompt that I gave chat gpt today, while I was building this out, of like, hey, I want you to write me an onboarding process for a new SMMA client. For context, I use softwares like ClickUp, Stripe, Slack in my current onboarding process. I would like this process to have a step-by-step instruction on how to set it up. I would also like to use ClickUp's form feature to help client with client information gathering. My deliverables for clients are short form videos, so we will have to collect things like brand assets, creative briefs, logos, etc. Please make recommendations if you feel like there are any necessary part of a successful, if they are part of a successful onboarding. Use as many integrations as possible within the software I listed above, using Zapier as an option, but only if it's 100% needed. For anything part of the process that needs human interaction, please create a step-by-step SOP. Now, ChatGPT did an okay job of this, and I have its response here, which actually gave me a pretty in depth process build out, which is kind of nice. So I kind of took this, and then we plugged it into an actual step by step process, and I built it into a 4-step process specifically. Okay, so I took these, I think it was 10 steps in total, and I turned it into 4, because a lot of this stuff, there was some small nuance in here that just wasn't extremely important. So we took some of the more trivial things out. So that's what it'll spit out to you guys. So if you guys aren't using this to develop a lot of your processes, would highly recommend it. It's really helpful in ideation of these processes. And this is the simple 4-step process for you guys today. Josh Martinez, what up, dude? Hope you guys are doing well. Give you guys some waves on Instagram real quick. So yeah, on this step-by-step onboarding system today, just 4 steps. Okay. And I created this for the agency we've been building since the very beginning, which was a creative agency. So if you guys are a creative agency, this might be way more applicable to you guys. But step 1, initial onboarding system. What does that look like exactly? Okay. Well, first thing that we're going to kind of set up is the project management and com stage. That's kind of where our mind goes with initial onboarding system. Okay. So remember, this is the whole process. We have a 4-step process, and then each step in this is going to require some sort of system. So project management and comms stage, we're going to create a template that we can easily copy and paste when a new client starts for us. And so what does that look like exactly? Well, it might look like something like this, right? Inside of ClickUp, where we have certain steps. Okay, so this is our system here. It's a eight stage system, or 8-step system, and then inside of each of these, we will have specific SOPs, right? So we might set up a KPI tracker, add client to any calendar events that we might have. We want to send them the welcome Slack message, add them to our Kajabi portal, send them an onboarding gift, and then we change the ClickUp folder, right? Those are all things that might be included inside of some sort of system for us. What up, Peter? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you. So this is what a system would potentially look like inside of ClickUp for you guys. We have a little Loom video up top here explaining this whole aspect. And then if we scroll over to what one of these would look like, so for example here, add the client to the Kajabi portal, we're going to notice that we dropped an SOP, standard operating procedure, inside of the description of this specific task. So anytime that one of our teammates comes over and is like, man, I totally forgot how to add someone to the Kajabi portal, this is how we do it. And this is the step-by-step procedure in order to do that. And in tandem with it, we have a Loom recording of actually showing what the step-by-step looks like, right? And so this is how we create systems. And we'll do a more in-depth training on this at some point in time. But this is what it would look like for an onboarding process. And this is one small step of the onboarding process. And this is one step of the system. But this is the specific SOP. Okay. So that's how it's going to break down. So this is how we recommend building out your onboarding system. Okay. Or I'm sorry, the onboarding process and the systems within. Okay. So this is going to be kind of the first part. And then there's 2 sides of this initial onboarding. So project management and also comms. So we want to notify the team as well. So what we do normally is we do a new client channel notification. And then that's going to come through Slack, and this is an integration. And then we're going to plug them into an internal CRM. Now, I don't want to go too deep on this today because there's a lot of nitty gritty pieces to this. I actually made a second video some time back of like the must have ClickUp templates that you need within your agency. And this actually covers that part. So if you guys are wanting to actually see what a CRM, internal CRM build out looks like, if you're wanting to see how to set up notifications for when you sign a new client, this video here will show you how. Okay. So, but you guys need access to the Miro board. And if you don't have access to the Miro board, I dropped it in chat at the very beginning of the stream. So go and grab it. Okay. Um, but you'll need to go back and watch that video. Okay. Because I don't want to go too far in the weeds today. I want to keep it more high level. Okay. So that's how we were going to set up the initial onboarding system. Okay. We need one to set up our project management. And then two, we need to set up our comms, right? First step. Those are the two first things that need to happen in the initial onboarding stage. Make sense so far? Bo Jackson in the building. Let's go. Fire emojis in the chat. Get it? Bo, that profile picture. Goodness. Look at that thing. Can I bring you up top? It's solid. Goodness. That's a short hair Bo. I think we need to bring short hair Bo back. What do you guys think? Hell yeah in the chat if Bo should cut his hair. All right. Step 2. Internal setup system. Okay. So we have to have an internal setup. So for us, okay, we need to do data asset collection right at this stage. Okay. So we need to be able to gather a lot of the data for this specific stage. So these are assets, right? These are all assets from the client. Any type of data that you guys want to collect at this point in time. My recommendation is using forms, and I'll kind of show you, not necessarily having them fill out a form, but utilizing forms to collect the data that you have them specifically fill out. So the goal here, so let's talk about the goal before we talk about forms for a quick second. The goal here is to collect as much information in this stage as possible. Your kickoff call, which is the next stage in the system, your kickoff call is meant to ask questions about the information collected, not to collect the information itself. One of the worst practices that we see with agencies in their onboarding process is that they have a kickoff call, and then they use the kickoff call to get ready to do onboarding, where you should have them fill out as much information. You should gather as much information as you possibly can at the beginning. So when you get on that call, you're already prepared. And all you have to do is tidy up maybe a couple little things, couple questions that you might have to ask them in order to continue to move the project forward, or whatever the service is forward, right? So do not use that kickoff call. Do not use your first onboarding call to get ready to launch the client. You should use that call to essentially, you should already be prepared for that call, right? And you should collect as much information pre-call as you possibly can. MG coming through. What up, MG? Hope you're doing well, buddy. We're live on YouTube if you guys want to follow along. What's up, Joey? Hope you're doing well, man. Joe, I miss you, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. So once again, on this onboarding, guys, really crucial to make sure that you're not you're coming prepared specifically to that call. Really important. Okay. Do not collect that information. Collect it beforehand. Collect your onboarding information beforehand, and then you're just tidying up anything on the kickoff call that might need to get answered. You might have questions on. They may have given a vague answer on something specific. Okay. You should be ready and prepared for that call. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm like beating a dead horse by now. Okay. Now, what does that look like exactly? Well, normally what we do is some sort of onboarding deep dive. Okay. And this document here, you guys are more than welcome to steal some of these questions if you would like. Anything about target audience, demographics, psychographics, competitors, any inspiration, anything that sets their company apart, unique selling points, competitors, all that good stuff. Yeah, Joey, would love to hang some time, dude. So with that being said, this is potentially what an onboarding deep dive would look like. It's only 17 questions. You could probably go deeper if you wanted to, but this is a good starting point, at least. I think last time I checked, like Eddie Malouf, I think their onboarding document for their clients is like 11 pages long. They learn everything. They're dropping P&Ls, they're dropping everything about the business into this onboarding deep dive. And this is what some of the largest agencies that are doing 7, 8 figures are currently doing is a deep dive like this. They put it in a document and then they submit that document. And my recommendation is having them submit that document and everything else that you might need inside of a form for ClickUp, right? And this is what the form capabilities would look like. So they would enter their company name, maybe the audit submission, the URL to this Google document. Maybe you want them to drop P&Ls or an org chart, what their systems might look like, client journey, something along those lines, right? And so this form would go in there, and then your team could go ahead and dissect that form, right? But what's nice is what we do is we hyperlink it up here, right? Upload the Google Doc to this form, and then boom, all of a sudden it's systemized, baby, right? And all they have to do is upload it back to this form, and then boom, it triggers the next part of your process. Okay. Is that making sense? Like that's good stuff right there. This is like my favorite part about onboarding is this part right here. Bo with the killer question. Do you change your onboarding doc based on the type of audit done prior to onboarding, or would it be standard for everyone? Yeah, great question. So if you're delivering on different services. So say you're a full service agency, you got creative, you've got email marketing, you've got paid ads, website development. You got the full nine, right? It's a full stack. You might have different onboarding forms based off of the service that they roll with you on. So you might want to pre-template those and then send them accordingly. Now, what's great is that the thing that doesn't change here is the submission form, but you could send them a specific document based off of what services they're signing up for, because you might not need certain information for certain services, right? So to answer your question, yes, you can change this onboarding document based off of the type of audit done. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense, Bo. Hopefully that answers your question. Is this fire? Is this good stuff? Or am I just like talking to no one over here? I need some communication in the chat. Got 11 people in here right now. Let's go. I love to see it. I love to see the community grow. All right. Man, it's that good. All right. So guys, we're almost done. I told you it's going to be a quick one today. So we got plenty of time for Q&A. So get those questions percolating. Okay. Only got 2 more steps. And I could have gone a little bit deeper on this, guys, but every agency is so different. Okay. So there's a lot of context needed in order for this to really go deep on it. And it's just going to change depending on your type of agency. So kickoff and onboarding. Okay. For kickoff and onboarding, this is the aligning expectation stages. Okay. That's what we're doing. Anytime that you are getting on an onboarding call with a client or a kickoff call with a client, the 2 things that you're doing is you're affirming and aligning on KPIs for whatever project you're running, whether that's paid ads, email marketing, SMS, creative. You guys are affirming and aligning on those KPIs. Okay. Key performance indicators for those of you that are unsure. Jordan, what's up, dude? John? John, I always know what's good. Get out of here. All right. So, with this, the whole point of this call, this onboarding call, this kickoff call, okay, is to align expectations and then answer any gaps, any questions or gaps in the initial onboarding from up here. Okay. This is what we're doing. We're filling gaps and we're aligning on KPIs. That's it. It shouldn't be a very long call, right? This should be a relatively fast call. Now, the one service that I could see it extending a little bit more is specifically creative. So if you guys are running creative agencies, I could see it extending a little bit more here because you guys might want to talk about the creative brief. You might want to talk a little bit more on the ideation. There might be specific aspects of a creative agency that would extend this call. But for the most part, we're just aligning on KPI and we're going to ask any questions that weren't filled in on our initial onboarding question. Okay. So kind of keep that in mind if you guys are doing onboarding calls. If you are getting on this onboarding call and you're asking all of these questions that could be simply answered from a document, you need to stop because you're wasting way too much time on that call. You can get that answered through this on your client's time, not your own. Okay. And that's what's important about running an agency is understanding that really your currency is time. because you guys trade time for money. That's what an agency service is. Okay. That's all it is. It's trading time for money. And so the more we can optimize here, the less time you're going to spend on this onboarding call. Your onboarding call goes from an hour kickoff call to 30 minutes. Heck, even 20 minutes. Okay. It's going to be really quick. It's going to be fast. And then last step here, pre-launch system. This is the ducks in the row stage. Okay. Campaign setups, creative briefs, whatever you have to get done. Okay. I kept it relatively short there. So ducks in a row stage, you're getting your team in alignment with these KPIs that you talked about specifically on your kickoff call. That's it. That's a simple 4-step onboarding approach. It's not rocket science, okay? Now, you can make this super fancy with some cool automations and stuff. I'd recommend going and watching this one here, but you can automate a lot of this, which is great. Specifically through ClickUp, and what's nice is that a lot of these automations can happen inside of ClickUp automatically without using any zaps, which is nice. So that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else I want to cover specifically on this. I wanted to keep it short and sweet for you guys. I know there's a lot to cover in these previous modules, and I'm sure you guys are still building on some of those. So, what questions do we have on the onboarding process or anything in general? Machunga, what up, dude? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Love you, bro. What questions do you guys have on the onboarding process? Anything? Anything I can help with there? If not the onboarding process, I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have on lead generation, fulfillment, HR, finance. We can go deeper on those areas as well. If you guys haven't gotten access to this board, I will drop it one more time for you inside of chat. Boom. There you go. In the chat. Man, there's 10 people watching right now. I refuse to believe one of you doesn't have a question about your agency. You guys are just rocking and rolling, huh? Everything's fine, dandy, and peachy. Come on, hit me with something. Okay. Okay. Real quick, while you guys are still here, don't forget to leave a like. Okay. Leave a like on the stream. Would appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. Excited to have you. Jump in our Facebook group. We drop even more value inside of that. You can scan this QR code in the top left-hand corner, and you can jump inside of the Facebook group. Got an event coming up, Hydra Council. If you guys are wanting to attend an event specifically catered to agencies here in Nashville, you can jump in with us. Super fun. Here, let me put that QR code up real quick. There you go. That's it, guys. That's all I got for you today. It was relatively short, I know. We're done in 30 minutes today. Getting you guys out of here fast. All right. No questions. Oh, we got a question? Let's go. Boom. Zooper Media. What do you look for in a kickoff call? So, I mean, kind of a broad question. But that's okay. So as specifically what we look at kind of towards in a kickoff call is this right here, aligning expectations. That's it. That's all I'm looking for in a kickoff call. Now, if there are gaps that we may have missed in this onboarding deep dive, or if our new client was vague with us in, specifically, let's say, who's your target audience, right? Please describe demographics and psychographics. If they were vague in their target audience, this is a great time to be like, hey, on the target audience, can we just go a little bit deeper on that for a second? And I would ask them specific questions, and I'll help guide them through what demographics and psychographics specifically were, and we would go deeper on the target audience. So I would review this beforehand, before the call, or I'd have my team look at this before the call, and then I would go specifically. I would ask for deeper level of thought on each of these questions if they were vague with me. What's up, Cam? And John said, "I'm thinking. Don't think too hard, man. You get a headache." So that's what we're doing. Okay, so we're going a little bit deeper on aligning expectations and any missing information on this onboarding deep dive. Okay, don't overcomplicate this kickoff call. Okay, should be 20 minutes at max. We're moving quick through it. What's up, Richard? Is that helpful, Zuper? I don't know if that answered your question, but that's what I look for on a kickoff call when we do a kickoff with a client. Okay, come prepared to that call. It's not the time to ask these simple questions that they could have filled out way beforehand. Zuper will come back around you. John, what's your ideal time frame from contract signing to full onboarding integrated? Ideally, okay, depends the service, right? Depends the service because like there's certain pieces that are or there's certain services that are a little bit faster than others on onboarding. But ideally, fully onboarded and launched, I think 7 to like 14 days is really solid. I think 14 days is really stretching it. But if we can get them onboarded the same week that they signed up with us and paid, that's a win in my books. I'm trying to have their kickoff call at least 24 hours from the time that they finish their onboarding deep dive. So they have to finish their onboarding deep dive first, and then ideally we schedule our call the very next day, making it fast. So hopefully that makes sense. Yo, one thing I forgot to add to this: when you guys sign your clients, they pay, right? They pay, they sign the agreement. Got to get them a quick win, right? My favorite thing to do is just set up their Slack channel right there for them. So they pay you, they sign the agreement, they pay you, and then immediately on that call, set up their Slack channel, get them an invite, and that's actually where we do our entire onboarding process. So we don't even send an email to onboard them. We do it right in the Slack channel. So we say, hey, who do you want invited to the Slack channel? What's your, we plug your email in. Who else needs to be involved in the Slack channel? Awesome. We're going to do your onboarding directly in the Slack channel. Hey, let me send your first message in here. That way the team knows. Okay. And you can also connect this to DocuSign. And you might even be able to do it with Stripe as well, but you can connect a Zap that when you get your agreement signed, boom, creates a Slack channel for you. Really easy automation that you could do with Zap. So just a little caveat to this whole conversation today. Sean, any red flags you commonly see? Yeah, good question. Normally, I don't know if there's necessarily any red flags. Normally, red flags come in the sales process more than I see them in onboarding. Normally, those red flags are very apparent during the sales process. Lack of communication, slow to sign up. Those are all things that I kind of see as common red flags. Not necessarily during the onboarding process. Normally, those red flags are usually very clear by the time your sales team or you, if you're taking the sales calls, are moving through sales with that client. All those red flags always show themselves even before onboarding happens. So the other thing would just be over uh, like over communication, being like really nitpicky on things, trying to micromanage your team. Sometimes you can't figure that stuff out until a little bit later, which is totally fine. But those are the things that I kind of see as red flags. They're hiring you because you're the expert, right? And so when you have a client that is micromanaging your team or is wanting to be way too involved, it's so funny because like the highest paying clients are always the ones that say, yeah, like I don't want to focus on this. This is what I'm hiring you for. Please just go and do. And if your performance is bad, then we'll move to the next agency. No big deal. Um, but that's what they're hiring you to do. They're hiring you because you're the expert and because they can't do it themselves. So why are they being nitpicky? Why are they micromanaging? Like they should be letting you do the work. And that's how it should be positioned from the very first sales call that you take with them, the first discovery call, the first sales call. So those are some minor red flags. That's what I would say. But nothing really on the onboarding process. I feel like a lot of that's vetted very early on through sales. But I would say if there's one thing that's going to show you as show a red flag in onboarding is if they're being very picky on especially creative. If you get someone that wants to be very involved in the creative process, it's very difficult to make that client happy because they have a certain expectation in their head. And what's the best route to go in creative is that they have no expectation really of what it looks like. They might want to be a little bit involved, but if you can make it to where they have no expectation of what the creative looks like, then chances are they'll be happier. Hopefully that's helpful. Uh, Johnny said media buying strategy, not creative. I don't remember what question did you ask? What's your ideal time frame? Media buying, I feel like you should be spun up in pretty quick, man. I mean, getting campaigns live is one thing, but like onboarded and like starting to put a strategy in place. Like I think they should be onboarded and you guys should be actively working on strategy and getting their campaigns, like starting to get their campaigns live within 7 days. I don't think that's too much to ask. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've done an onboarding for media buying, to be honest. So I don't know what the cadence is much anymore, but as soon as possible. If you can get it spun up, within 7 days, I think that's really ideal. But obviously there's some strategy that goes in, some auditing, all of that good stuff. So you got to write copy, got to get creative. Okay, so depends. It's so dependent, right? How many assets they already have? Do they have assets that you can run already? There's so many little things, but ideally you get some of those pieces knocked out in the first 7 days. Wow, Lee Media with a question. Do you find yourself referencing back to a client's answers often, or does it live more internally? No, no, no. We definitely use this onboarding deep dive as we launch new campaigns. Like this is really important information to house inside of your guys' project management software, so the team can go back to it quickly. Because there's a lot of context switching that happens inside of an agency. You might be working on say a CBD brand, and then all of a sudden you have to move to um, a sports performance brand, right? Two totally different avatars, two totally different brands that you have to work on. So having this to reference back to, so you can get back into the mindset of that specific brand. Yeah, you definitely want to store that stuff internally, but also reference back to it on a pretty frequent basis. That's me, baby. That's me. I'm him. I'm that guy. I'm that dude. All right. Uh, let the shooter shoot always. And Sean, you are welcome, brother. Uh, awesome, guys. Any other questions? Hopefully, this stuff is helpful today. Some free templates inside of here as well. If you guys need them, go back and watch this video. If you guys really want to grab some ClickUp templates, if you guys are using ClickUp, 20% off. If you guys need it, if you guys haven't signed up for ClickUp and you're wanting pretty solid project management software, get a little Dissy County. He's Jim. Cool. Easy one today. Way too easy. Paul Daly, what up, dude? Oh, everyone's on the dang. Everyone keeps dropping in and out. You'll love to see it. All right. Any other questions I can help you guys with today? Doesn't have to be on onboarding. It can be about lead gen. It can be about sales. What are you guys struggling with? Relationships? Tell me about your girl or your man. 2023 Joe Biden era. Nah. Damn. All right. I don't think there's any other questions. I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat, dude. All right, team. Much love. If you guys have questions, you can always DM me. We do this every single Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Come hang out with us. Put it on the calendar. That's the best thing to do. Put it on the calendar. Drop a link to the YouTube channel in there, and then come back every Thursday. Dropping free value every single week. You guys can hop in here with us. Okay, super fun. And if you haven't checked out the rest of the Miro board, go check it out. Free game. Okay, this is essentially how we built our agency to 7 figures. Okay, all right. Leave a like, subscribe.